Howdy y'all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play Railway Empire. In the previous episode, we basically failed to get Odessa to the desired population, which means out of all the tasks we completed, we only got this, and with the rating to be basically to the rank of Porter. But we're basically going to continue playing this game, because I can still get innovation points until 1930. But anyways, in this episode, we're just going to continue expanding our rail empire and making sure that every track node, including these around St. Louis, is connected, which we're going to be doing right now. That vegetable farm might be useful later once Minneapolis becomes a big enough city. Get the tracks finished. At the signals. Plus, the vegetable farm will also be good once St. Louis is big enough for vegetables, which will be at around 37,000 residents. But I might as well connect the line to this vegetable farm to the city of Minneapolis, as well as connecting the fruit line here to Minneapolis. Oh, I also forgot to mention, in the previous episode as well, we unlocked 4 new locomotives. Well, actually 3. The 2 Shay classes, the Class B and Class C, and the Great Northern Mastodon 480. Basically, we only have a few more locomotives to unlock in this decade, in these 2 decade eras. But I'm reserving this one for the 1890s, as this engine is basically the epitome of passenger travel in that new decade. Okay, let's see. Minneapolis is not big enough for fruit and vegetables yet, but it needs milk, sugar, and cloth. Considering that Pittsburgh is already producing beer, and this city is producing cheese and beer, I think I'll pass. I'll need a spot to basically get cloth delivered. We could convert one of the industries around here to cloth production. Well, I guess I could just simply delete the station here. Well, delete the industry and place down a weaving factory. That way, cloth can be produced. Okay. Then add a locomotive. We'll put the Rogers 260 in charge because of its flat terrain. Toledo's growing, which is good, and now it's big enough for something. Let's just put in a church. Okay, have I checked to make sure that all the ticket prices on my passenger trains is at a reasonable rate? I think... Ooh, this one is not reasonable at all. This one is still high. But it's kind of surprising that after 40 in-game years, our railroad has basically connected to every city across the entirety of the map. We'll be calling this a monopoly by some people, but it's business. I could get this, but I'll need to unlock that. I could also get this, but I'll also will unlock that. Breakdown. Bad condition. Oh, there is no repair facility here in San Antonio. No wonder. Let's see. No suitable freight available. That's for the Edison Ranch. Let's see. Edison Ranch. Yes, there's no meat. There's no meat being produced, so there's no need for these moguls anymore. Minneapolis is growing pretty well with the arrival of the cotton trains. Because the city is now basically producing this new commodity, it will now want to have vegetables brought in, and then fruits, which is perfect. Let's put the Rogers again. Not a tiny car, a reefer, and a caboose for the service. It will simply pick up the load and take it straight on to Minneapolis. Normally a city basically grows when there's enough cargo being brought into the city. And will soon be big enough to basically accept fruit, which I'll basically do right now. Edison obtains patent. Light bulbs. Sweet. Well, the fruit is not needed right now, but it will eventually. Let's see. Oh, there's already a vegetable farm connected there, so what was the point of me connecting that to? I'll get that fixed eventually. Let's see. It's not 1900 yet, so oil refineries is not needed. There's no logging camps nearby. There's no iron ore or coal. Newspapers are not available for another 10 years. There's still no sugar. There's no dairy farms. There's a distillery, but there's no sugar. At least that sugar could be brought in at a reasonable rate. We don't have that type of industry there. We'll just put back the brand new, we'll just put back brewery there to fix that. Fruit orchard in Miles City. Might as well buy it. Because Bismarck is growing and it needs fruit. Put another mogul, reefer, and caboose. Let's see. Do I have any let's see. Minneapolis from Hall Preserve. Yeah, I better operate a vegetable train on that line now. Vegetables. Refrigerator car, caboose. This basically means that the train from Martin Manor is not even needed after all. But I'm pretty sure once St. Louis is big enough, I'll deliver vegetables to it. Speaking of which, I gotta get this connection done. There's not a direct rail link between Oklahoma and St. Louis, so why don't we get that connected? Let's see, 1%. Ooh, perfect. 0%. E 2% is fine. I actually heard on a YouTube video that trains can only travel up a 4% grade, which is the maximum for a standard train to climb up. But too close to an existing track. Are you serious? Are you serious, game? Ay. I'm gonna try this again. Thank you very much. Ugh. Now that St. Louis and Oklahoma City are properly connected to each other, what do I think will be a good type of train to operate between those two parts of the line? St. Louis producing beer, and Oklahoma City is producing beer. St. Louis is not big enough to accept planks. Plus, I haven't gotten a passenger train ready. P for passenger. Put the Inyo dining car. The bigger your railroad gets, the more trains you have to micromanage. It's not easy, especially if you're on a game of missions and you need to get that done. Let's see, freight train from Tuscan to Albuquerque. Oh yeah, a meat industry was built there for some darn reason. Let's see. Well, let's just put a paper mill in. That'll probably help out with some of the loads of paper that's being brought into town. The city's not even big enough to accept textile and cloth yet. Gotta fix these prices as well. Tiny car. Ooh, this is... Ooh, baby, that's a pretty good bonus chain right there. St. Louis not big enough for textiles yet, so no freight on that line for now. Might as well upgrade this and this. No suitable freight available. Oh, this is for the steel mill. There's so much steel being produced, and just nowhere to deliver the manufactured canned goods. Winnemucca does have a tool maker, but it needs iron and coal to make tools, not just steel. Casper isn't big enough for this type of commodity. It needs 104,000 residents. Ugh. Actually, I'm gonna basically cut this industry out and put back in... It's a cotton plantation. Let's just make this into a Let's just make textiles out of this. This means that the trains delivering coal and iron ore will have to be taken out of service. Not the vegetable train, of course, but the trains serving the Norris Mine, and the Lopez Pit. They'll be taken out of service temporarily. Let's see. Robert's Farm. Connected. Let's put a speed bonus engineer and a speed bonus fireman. Oh, we got a chief engineer now. Now, chief engineers can actually come in various different forms. This one will basically increase the amount of innovation points by 13%, or this will reduce the amount of building and construction costs by 3%. Considering I get a better bonus out of this guy will be joining us. And now our innovation points per month is reached to 21. And we still have enough innovation points for something. Well, I think it's probably time to get the Reno. I said I was going to get it in 1900, but this engine is just too perfect. It's just something to replace many of the aging Inyo class locomotives. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's see. Okay, get out of that. Go back to the roundhouse. Go to Inyo. Replace the Reno. But I'm replacing the train, the coast-to-coast service, with the Reno. Full steam into private hands. Oh yes! Again, this is basically from the Japan DLC. Express train in danger. Well, it's a freight line, so I highly doubt it's gonna cause any trouble. Good, which the CTC train needs to have a new engineer on board, and now it's taking its traveling pace between the east and the west coast. It's the fact of life. So new things come in and life changes. Let's see. There's already a clothing factory there, so what's the point? There's a sugar plantation nearby, so let's just basically add a distillery here. We'll basically be able to produce tons of liquor for sale. We'll also buy this so we can basically increase the amount of cattle that we can produce into meat. The mogul's gonna roll into the station, and let's see what cargo it picks up. Meat. Sitting Bull surrenders, arrested for random. Plus, there's a speed bonus engineering. No, I don't have one. I think it's an only speed-only fireman that I have. Well, 2. Oh, as you can see, there are little brown patches on there. That's rust. Now, as much as I like the realism in this game, there's one thing that kind of bugs me. The fact that these locomotives rust way too early. I mean, locomotives like this normally don't rust until they reach near the end of their lives. They should be starting to rust when they are like about halfway, and get extremely rusty by the time their end of life expectancy, normally around 20 to 25 years in active primitive service, comes to a close. Well, there's coal nearby, so we'll basically... No, thank you. I'll basically replace this with a basic chemical factory. Because coal is basically mined nearby. Actually, no. I think I'll put it in New Orleans because it's along the main line. And replace this one with something else. There's corn being delivered, cement, sugar. What cargo could I deliver down here? Actually, I think I can buy as well. Buy out the old drilling rig near Albuquerque. Don't need it right now. Might as well convert it into a steel mill. I won't build any trains connecting them, as they're super close by. Let's put down a tourist site and upgrade this. We'll make this version here. And double track past the right farm, so it could deliver both milk and vegetables into town. Ugh. Darn curves. Actually, no. I'll have to basically do it on this. Well, actually, I'm saying that a lot today. Maybe that should be the title of this video. Section's too sharp. Are you serious, game? Are you serious about this? So this works better this time. Thank you very much. Place down the signals. Bridge over the river. And connect. Perfect. Okay. Since this train is only delivering vegetables, it won't have a V sign. Oop. I connected the stock preserve when I should have connected the right flattening. Okay. And since steel's not being produced in Atlanta, actually, let's just connect it to the iron ore mine and coal mine. Speaking of which, I still got chemicals to produce in New Orleans, so I gotta get that done. We'll put the dragon on this one because of its super close proximity. And then we'll put a double station track here, so trains could deliver coal from the Mason Quarry to Atlanta for steel production, and then down to New Orleans for chemical production. And I think that will do it for this episode. So, if you like this episode of my Let's Play Railway Empire, please be sure to give a like and a comment, as well as subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for future video uploads on every Friday at around 12 to 1 p.m. Central Standard US time. Once again, this is Texas Gaming Industries saying thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!